Hello and welcome to something entirely different. This is Valheim. Valheim is a survival multiplayer co-op colony builder that is set in the Viking and Norse mythology, which I find super cool. I've always liked Norse mythology and all the different gods, so this should be very, very fun. Um, I will, however, mention that I did play a little bit of the game on a friend of mine's stream, so this should be a little bit more streamlined. So this is a first look, more along the lines of showing everybody else, or showing all of you, the basics of the game. So let's get into it. As you can see, I already have one character because I've been playing on my friend's server, because they're servers essentially. The developers have said that there aren't going to be hosted servers by the game developers, but individual players will have their own like self-hosted servers, kind of like if somebody were to have a LAN party, but it's online. So we are going to make a new character. Remnant, done. And once you have more than one character, you can toggle between them all through the little arrows. So you want to make sure that you are picking the correct character that you want to play with, and then hit Start World. So whenever you don't have any single player worlds, it will automatically prompt you to make a new one. And you can pick a seed for whatever. I'm going to leave it on the one that it randomly generates. I'm not entirely sure how much that affects the world, because the worlds are procedurally generated. So not every save is going to have the same, like, topography layout, which I find really cool. Now what I was saying about the players is you want to make sure that you have all of your stuff. So if you're going to be playing on somebody else's server that you're not 100% like kosher with, you might want to start a new character so you don't lose any of your things, because your character can be persistent. You can pick your character. Like I have my Remy. Remy has been playing on someone else's server that I'm friends with, and has a lot more progression. Now that character keeps their progression and can go into other games, like other save files. So I can take that character, play on my single player world, or I can take that character and go play on somebody else's world and have progression there, and it keeps the progression. And I think that's really cool. So we're gonna leave it as this. As long as I don't click it to be a server, it should stay a single player world. We're on a bird lady thing. Now, if memory serves, I think this is this game's version of a Valkyrie. Mayhaps. It is storming and wet. Let's see, where does it land? Drop us. Oh, right on a water's edge. That's great. Hail warrior. Look around real quick, make sure I'm not gonna get like immediately attacked by things. Nope. Okay. Oh look, I'm wet. Hugin. Welcome to the 10th World, warrior. I am Hugin, sent here to guide you in your travels. The megaliths surrounding you are the sacrificial stones. They represent the Forsaken, which you must slay in order to ascend to Valhalla. Woo! Baddies, baddies, baddies. No, no. Come here. Wanna be jerks? Thank you. So, as you can see, you can be attacked by things even though you're still in technically the tutorial. So there is unarmed combat and there are tools and such, and as you just saw, you can increase, that's the wrong button, you can increase your different skills. And as you unlock additional skills, they'll be listed in this screen, but at the moment, this is all I have. Oh. This stone is a Vegvasir. The magical stones were scattered throughout the lands by Odin as signposts, pointing towards the ritual grounds of the Forsaken. If inspected closer, this will reveal the summoning place of Ikithir, or Ikthir, your first prey. He is a mighty beast, so you need to properly arm yourself before attempting to defeat him. I'm probably going to mispronounce things, and I apologize. I do. So this is where our bad guy is. I do want to try my best at pronouncing all of the different names. But, you know, there's only so much I can do. Take stock of your inventory. Most items can be crafted. However, due to your recent departure from Midgard, you will have to recall the true shape of objects. Just pick things up and it will all come back to you, I'm sure. My lesser brother Munin tells me one can fashion a stone axe out of wood and stone. Bye, bird. Now, Hugin will pop up as kind of like your tutorial, your organic tutorial, as you do things and progress more in the game. So pretty much what we need to do right now is pick up wood and stone. So I need to find stone. Inventory in this game is your tab, and it gives you access to a few different things. So we have a couple of wood. This little folded piece of cloth is your armor. They give you a torch to start off with, and necktails are a source of food. There's also other like foraging aspects for food, like berry bushes and mushrooms. See, as you pick up new things, you will unlock all of the stuff. I want to pick up all the stones here. One thing I have not been able to determine is if resources respawn or not. Not sure. So we want to craft a hammer, because this will allow us to make all of the necessary things. And then after that, we want to make the stone axe. So we need to find more stone and wood. Now, you would think that the hammer is something that you would use as a weapon, and it actually is your building tool. So, as you see, it says repair in the hand. If I right-click with it, I now have a crafting window, and now these are the items that are highlighted, are the things I can build, which is not much, without any other things. It's just the hammer. Oh, and you can't interact with most things while you have the hammer equipped. You have crafted a hammer. With this tool, you will raise mighty walls and towering fortifications. Start by building a workbench. This will in turn enable you to construct other buildings. Get some raspberries. A tasty morsel. You have found a snack. Consume it to improve your health and stamina. Be aware that before long you will grow hungry again, so try to always have at least a couple of different meals ready. The health and hunger system in this game is actually kind of interesting. I've seen aspects of it before. The other thing too is you can't really eat without having food in your hotbar, and you want to have multiple types of food in your hotbar. Because it is beneficial to eat different types of foodstuffs. Sometimes there's more rocks down by the water. Ooh, shiny rock. Shiny rock is flint. Flint is super helpful because it allows you to learn other things. It's actually like a tier 2 resource. And yes, swimming is a thing. We like swimming. What we don't like is drowning in the water. So, yeah. Stamina bar at the bottom, as you can see right underneath my character. That's important. You're going to want to make sure that you keep your eye on that. I saw a neck. There's the neck. Hi, neck. And there's a boar. Punch the neck. 'Cause I want your tail, sir. Not give me one? You didn't give me one. Die. Where'd that boar go? Not that I should honestly be going after the boar when I have no health. Yes? Oh, there's some more stone. And I'm assuming as you increase each additional skill, you gain more stamina for that skill, maybe? Still need wood. Oh! This is a grayling. Essentially like a sentient tree stump. Combat's fairly simple. I now know how to craft torches. Huzzah. However, want more branches, please. Looking for branches on the ground. Oh, there's the boar. Come back here. Face me with honor. So that should give me meat and leather scraps. Leather scraps are going to be important later on, but we have a bunch of things now, which is good. So we need more wood. Need more wood. Another pig first. Yeah. Are there any more things? No. Okay. So I have noticed that it's not 100% when you kill a creature that it will drop all of its things. But if it does and you don't pick it up immediately, there'll be like this little sparkly light on the ground that has a trail going up to kind of indicate, hey, there's an item here. I'm also fairly certain that items can despawn, so you don't want to miss out on stuff. What I'm gonna do real quick is run around and collect a bunch of materials for the sake of this being a quick first look video, and I will be right back. Okay, and we're back over here. I ran around not for too long, maybe like 10 minutes or so, and got a bunch of wood, bunch of stone, picked up some more flint because I was over by the water. Apparently, you'll find a lot more stone at the water's edge than you do anywhere else. Not that that should really be, you know, a no-brainer, but yeah, stuff. So, what they want you to do next is to build your workbench, which you need 10 wood for. And as you can see, when I take it out, there is a dotted line radius that shows up in the world. That's pretty much your build radius of the workbench. So you want to try and put it down somewhere relatively nearby. There works. Just so that you can get on with things. And it's going to go through the menu and be like, you have learned all of these things. And you gotta wait for it. Because you can't skip it. It's going to show you how to make all of the things all at once. Look at all of our knowledge. Waiting. Are we done? Nope, not done. I want to talk to Hugin, but not when there's all of these things popping across the menu. Are we done? Nope. Almost done. Yay, we're done. Hugin, you have built a workbench. The workbench allows you to craft complex items as well as giving you access to a lot more of the building pieces to construct with the hammer. AKA, I can build a house. As you can see, it's getting dark. There is a day-night cycle, so yeah. So far, nighttime that I have noticed has not been like super difficult, but you are going to want... Where is my hammer? You are going to want a campfire so that you can stay warm. Please be wary. Campfires will set you on fire. Also, we have a cooking station so we can cook the meat. It should be noted, you see this little star on here, that this is a tier 2 item. As we found out the hard way on my friend's server, that you don't know what the tier 2 items are until you've come across the crafting material that is required to make it. In this case, flint. So because I picked up the flint earlier, I already know how to make the crafting block, or chopping block. Also, you can now cook food. There's a little sound effect and visual effect when they are done cooking. It makes that little hiss sound again. Waiting. It doesn't take that long, maybe a couple of seconds. 30 seconds, I think? I should probably time it. There it is. And now, we have cooked meat. Do keep in mind, if you don't watch this, your food will overcook and turn to charcoal, which is not a bad thing because charcoal allows you to build other things, but if you need food and you need meat, you can't eat charcoal. I'll wait for these to cook real quick. Here we go. Do we have any other food to cook? No. So I'm going to let this one turn to charcoal, just so I can show you guys. As this is kind of like, hey, there's other things to do kind of game. But now that we have meat, we can put that. See, it hissed again, and now it has changed shape because now it has become a lump of coal. So if I take that, added coal, new material. Now I can build signs. Which, if you're playing in a multiplayer setting, having charcoal and being able to like label whose house is whose is actually kind of good. Maybe not like fully important, but you know, being able to label each other's homes or claim your home so that you can do things. So as far as the food system, if you notice in my lower corner of the screen, you'll see a couple of blinking icons, a fork, and a tri-knot. So the blinking icons is the recently eaten foods list. The fork is how hungry you are, and obviously the last one is your actual health, which is relative to how hungry you are. So if you are hungry, your health is going to be lowered. If you are not hungry, your health will be at 100%, and you can actually go above 100 with the different foods. So as you can see, I have recently eaten a mushroom and a berry, and they are blinking, which means that I'm starting to not have that in my food list. But if I eat the necktail, look at how much it filled the hunger bar, and now my health is popping up. And it's going to increase to... Can I show that little... kind of... There. If I put it into the smoke, you can kind of see. There's a grayed out portion to the health bar. My health will fill up to the top of that bar because of See, and now it's going down. So your health and hunger are directly related. So you want to make sure that you're always eating and eating various foods. Now, a thing to note: if your little food list there is full, and all of them are solid, because if you see the neck tail is not blinking, I can't eat another neck tail. Like, it won't let me. And the game will say, I've already eaten one, I can't eat any more of those. But if they are blinking, like the mushroom and the berry, you can. Or you can eat a different food to replace that entirely. But, just to show, I can now eat a mushroom, and now it's no longer blinking, and I can eat a berry. And this will increase my health cap even more. So it's very helpful and beneficial to the player to have multiple types of food on them at all times. If you're going to be running out and gathering materials and looking for things, try and forage for berries and mushrooms as much as you can, because it will be helpful. So moving on, we are going to go into the workbench. And notice that it says crafting station needs a roof. So now we need to actually build a little thing. So under building, we now have all of these. So there's wood floors, little partial floors so you can make like lips on things, half walls, full walls, doors, you name it. So there's a whole bunch of different things here. There are not, however, foundations. So if you want to make a flat land, you have to like finesse it a bit. The other thing, if I get out of build menu, can I make the other item yet? No. Eventually you're able to craft a hoe. I don't remember how you do that. I think the craft station needs to actually have a roof on it. So let's quickly build a little thing around it. So temporarily, what I'm going to do is just build a little lean-to. Make it too tall. Or try to anyway. And can I fudge this? Because that would be hilarious if I could. By just putting like one piece of roof. It probably won't let me do that, but you know. Actually, if you don't want something that you have built and you still have your hammer equipped, you can dismantle it by middle mouse button, by clicking it, and it will destroy the item and give you back all of the material. You just have to pick it back up again because it drops it on the ground. I want to go back to having a wall. Oh, I might have... Oh, I can build through the rock. Okay. If you have played other survival games, you're probably familiar with how this building system is. It's very similar to Conan and Ark, to a point. There are some differences, like the range of the crafting stations. You can't just craft X number of item that you want right off the bat. And it makes you do it one by one. So you just carry the material in your inventory, and that's really it. Now, can I use the workbench? Station is too exposed. There we go. Alright, so it needs to be a little bit more encircled. Okay, so now with this, there's the hoe. You need to have access to the workbench, apparently, in order to make the hoe. So, with the hoe, you're able to, like, flatten land. Which means I need more trees, and thankfully, I made an axe. So we're gonna chop down a tree. Now, you can't just hold down left click. You have to like spam click it. and then watch to make sure the tree doesn't land on you, because yes, that's a thing. Falling trees and rolling trees can kill you. I believe this one is stuck on a rock. But felling a tree will give you a ton of wood. Yes, Hugin, I see you. I will come talk to you soon, sir. Yeah, all the wood. You can also chop down the tree stump. So if you want all of the wood from it, or if you want to just have the visual appeal of having a few stumps dotted around where you're building, totally up to you. But you can chop the stump down and it will give you some additional wood. Yogin. Be wary of the weather. When the temperature drops at night, or if you are wet, you will suffer from being cold. This reduces your stamina regeneration. Seeking shelter by any open flame is your best option when this happens. Or, you know, have a house. So far, temperature status effects are really only something that affects your stamina, not so much you as a player. So now that I have more wood, I'm gonna make a hoe. Now I have a hoe. And with this, you can mess with the terrain. So you can see there's like a little radial. It will clear the grass in that area, and there is an alternate mode for it that will allow you to raise the terrain. You have crafted a hoe. This tool is used for landscaping. You can say it is the perfect complement to the hammer. Use it to clear the ground and manipulate the terrain. It is easier to create buildings on level ground. You are not wrong. So with the hoe, you can raise and lower the terrain. So if you want to have something that's a little bit more flat, you can force that. Let's see, where do I want to attempt this? I kind of want to attempt it like right where we already have the little hut, but eh. So see, it just kind of invalid placement. Oh, because the rock is there. You can't build over these rocks, and so far I haven't found a way to get rid of them entirely. Left shift? Also, the game will give you a heads up whenever you can eat more food, which is kind of cool. Now, I'm not entirely sure how to raise the ground, because I've so far only used the hoe to, like, flatten it and get rid of the dirt, but that's essentially how the hoe works. If I don't want to go over there, let's go over here. So that should be a lot more level. Ah, right click. Button. Level ground, raise ground. Must be a path? I'm not entirely sure what that's doing. Learning! Yeah, that's just making a path. Cool, alright. Ah, okay, so that's how you would raise the dirt. But we're gonna stay with flatten. So now that we're done messing around with that, let's try going back to building things. Yeah, that's still not flat. That's bothersome. So when I was playing on my friend's server, I found that you can kind of mess with it a smidgen by doing these half walls. Because the half walls will still allow you to place a floor. Then you can put the regular walls on top of that. Is this not going to snap where it to? There we go. I'm just gonna make a simple little square house. You will go through a bunch of wood, so you're probably gonna have to chop down a bunch of trees while you are doing this. Then floor. Missing room. Oh, I'm missing wood. As you can see, you're gonna go through a whole bunch of things. So let me grab some more materials and get this little hut built up, and I will be right back. And there we go. We got a little teeny house. Which should serve our purposes. We can actually dismantle this so we can get those materials back and move the workbench inside our house. That way we constantly have access to it. And we also want to make a bed, so let me do that. I'm just gonna tear all this down. It'd be super quick. Thankfully, fire spread is not a thing in this game. You can't just pick things up and move them, but you can... Okay, so apparently to break down something, you need the workstation, which is fine. So we're going to really quickly go inside the house, which is dark, and I apologize. And put our crafting station back in here, but I'm gonna put it along the back wall. Put it right there, which is fine. And then I should be able to finish tearing this down, which is fine. Get all that wood back. The other thing is we want some kind of light. So under furniture, there's these standing torches. And I just tend to plop them right there in front of the house, and I'll put one inside the house because nothing can set your house on fire as far as I've been able to tell. And I also haven't found any like interior lighting yet, which is oddly annoying, I guess. But what we want to do is make a bed. So here is our bed. Gonna rotate it around a little. Or won't it? Okay. Hi! You again? Close our door. You again. A headrest for the weary. Sleep the night away in your bed and awaken feeling refreshed and full of energy. Another improvement to your home would be some chests where you can store items. This is a good practice to always have some spare equipment if something unfortunate were to happen to you while exploring. Thanks! So now you can claim your bed and then sleep. Oh, apparently I forgot one thing. Gonna break these down and move them closer to the house. So it requires having a fireplace near the bed, but you can't place one in the house. It won't let you. And there's a good reason for that. There is a smoke mechanic in the game, I'm just gonna plop it right there. And it will accumulate inside of your house, which will then suffocate you, and also suffocate the fire. So now I have that back. Should be able to get inside the house, sleep. And if you're on single player, this will completely pass the night. You dream of a tree. Great tree reaching out through the night. Oh. I didn't read that in time. But now you have the rested debuff and a comfort debuff. What those essentially do, from what we've been able to gather, is that it just gives you a stamina boost for a majority of the day, or a portion of the day, so that you can be productive and go and chop all of the wood and stuff. But yeah. So this is our little house. There are other things that you can do with the building mechanic. I'm a builder, as you can tell with all of my Minecraft stuff, and on stream, when I am streaming, there is lots of building things. So this part of the game very much has my attention. I like the building, but you have all of these other additional things, so you can add detail pieces, and they're super easy. The fact that you can pretty much destroy whatever and get all of those materials back is very, very helpful and interesting as far as I personally am concerned, because being able to reclaim your stuff is not always the case in some games. But yeah, so this has been a little bit of a first look at Valheim, and I'm probably going to be doing a lot more a lot more content in this game, and I'm definitely going to be streaming it. So if you want to follow my antics with me and my friends with the various things that we stream, if you want to check out this game, I stream every Monday and Friday from 8:30 until about midnight on Eastern time frame, and I announce everything on my Twitter. All the links will be down in the description, and I hope to see you in the next one, or see you on the stream. And with that, I'm out!